believe you might have been there, a po has been raised to the acknowledgement of the Battle of Whakamarama, where Ngāti Porou warriors fought there against the Crown. So I needed to go to some extent to explain to you what a cultural redress statement looks like. It's not a land grab, but it says to all our mokopunas what a rich history our people had. Right, so there's that. Now the next slide, and I'm going to start to go at some pace now, and then invite contributions and comment thereafter. But the next slide really starts to go into our demographics. I'll bring them up pretty quickly. I just wanted to acknowledge all the hard work that Bevan put into doing this, all of this framework. Okay, so we've got some outstanding talent in our iwi whānui. So there's our status in 2001, 2006, 2013. We're obviously kicking out a lot of babies. So, and I would imagine that when we go to registration requirements for the post-settlement governance entity, which we will address very shortly, that number will grow quite significantly. All right. So there's that slide if people can see it. Okay. So if you just track back one just to see the Tarawatika and the lay, that's the lay of the land that I was talking to before, giving that historical, then into the numbers now, Bev, because this has been recorded, kapai. And then the next slide. And there's just some deeper diving into the level of matauranga that we've got or not got, and employment and income. Okay. Now, income rates are low because of these very young age of our Ngāti Porou population, right? So a lot of our population aren't in a earning cohort, but they're on the way to it. And so what that does is that brings our average down. Our averages come down, not because we're all on poor salaries or wages, but because this is a averaging situation on numbers. So there's that. Okay, so then, and then the next slide just says where our Ngāti Porou ki hauraki whānui are residing in numbers. And this is very important for us when we stage our post-settlement governance entity mandating hois, and then there will be a register raised over that period with a significant communication strategy, and then we will go to a vote. That vote's run by elections, which is the most credible organisation running independent elections from local body elections all the way through. Okay, so it's just not me and Bevan at the background just sort of counting numbers. So that's the breakout of where our Ngāti Porou population is. There it is by age and by sex. Rightly so, we can only go off the 2013 census because of how, well, the 2018 census was so poorly conducted that there can be a margin of error up to 10%. So you just don't, so we've got to work on those numbers.
They've got an estimated count there of around 2,076 for 2018, and yeah, they really up the last census.
Okay, and so as we track through this, this sort of baseline information is not attractive to all Ngāti Porou ki hauraki peoples, but this is a standard pack, which is just a matter of information for those that desire it. Okay, and there's the number of Māori speakers. Why it's dropping is for obvious reasons. The devastation with the loss of Uncle George McLeod, our speakers, Uncle Pene, Uncle Paki, has been a huge impact on Ngāti Porou's abilities in that area. But the beauty about that is that we're onboarding now the children of Kohangari and Kura Kaupapa. And that's my babies and mokopunas and Hamuera and ko, merely a living tribute to the work that his mother and father did in raising the kura at Haratanga.